we can do for you and your family right now, right this second. So call us, Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good.
Tampa. Hi, this is Steve Hurley, and I'm excited to announce that the 13th annual Stingray Chevrolet raffle is underway. And this time you can win a brand new 2022 Corvette convertible. It only takes a $5 raffle ticket, and you can buy up to 50 tickets to increase your already good odds. And every dollar goes to nonprofit Unity in the Community. Get your $5 raffle ticket to win a 2022 Corvette convertible at Stingray Chevrolet or online at stingraychevroletraffle.com. No purchase necessary. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Tony Little here, and you're listening to the Mix and Switch Show. You can do it! On 102.5 The Bone.
Hey, what's happening, homie? This is the one Plies, man. Hey, Payne, I want you to tell about your show, homie. And I'm gonna tell you about mine, dog. Even though I'm not your man, and I'm a girl, I'ma call you my shorty. 'Cause I can't stand to see you treated.
Welcome back. This is Ryan Hoppe and his award-winning Hoppe Hour, filling in for the Migs and Swig show. I don't know why I'm talking in third person. I'm usually not that much of a narcissist. Call the show at 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. So, if you like what you hear, you can go to Spotify, Amazon Music, all the platforms that have podcasts, and search up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio. And, of course, up next is the Michael Radio Show. But first, let's hear about everyone's favorite sociopathic, greatest of all time rapper known as Kanye West. Because everybody likes to throw out the word narcissist. Everyone's got a little bit of a narcissist in them, but not everybody is a sociopath.
Kanye West isn't afraid to ask for what he wants. The rapper took to Instagram on Friday to send a message demanding he have final approval over his Netflix documentary Genius.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, there might be some scenes that don't show him in the best light. And I can imagine Kanye West, being the raging narcissistic sociopath that he is like, I must always be painted like a god. Besides when I'm outside of a factory, or I'm outside of a nightclub called The Factory at 3 a.m. yelling at my cousin. Those are the moments that shouldn't be on camera because I'm crazy. But anything that's produced on Netflix, yeah, let's make me look perfect.
I'm going to say this kindly for the last time. I must get final edit and approval on this doc before it releases on Netflix. Open the edit room immediately so I can be in charge of my own image. Thank you in advance.
Yeah, that's the thing, is when he's saying in charge of my own image, he's saying the current image that is honest, which is that he's a whack job. I don't know what he's like as a father. Obviously, he failed as a husband for Kim to divorce him and then go on SNL and make fun of him. But I'm not going to say what he's like as a father. I've never been there. But this idea to be in charge of his own image, he's saying that because he doesn't want to admit that he's crazy. He wants everybody to keep thinking that he's cool. Frankly, he's getting kind of older. Like, I feel like this crazy act that he had in 2009 when he freaked out on Taylor Swift, I feel like it was cute then because he was like 29, 30, 31. And even with like the George Bush comments back in 05, and then like his mom dying in 07 was the end of like any normal Kanye. Because I grew up in Chicago and I remember when they premiered his music and he was normal then. But I feel like all these crazy moments he had over his life, they were really cool when he was in his 20s and 30s. But then when he became a father of four, and then has to be responsible for the father of four, and he's going around saying, oh, I'm going to get into a fight with my cousin. I'm going to go into podcasts and throw rappers that are my friends under the bus. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's very hard to control your image when there's all this proof on social media that you're acting like a dirtbag. You might be a decent person because I think I know for sure he's going through a bipolar manic episode and he really needs to be on medicine and seeing a shrink. But the problem with people like him or AB or maybe the Paul brothers, people that could legitimately use medicine, if prescribed, or legitimately could use a shrink, is sociopaths, people that are crazy, don't ever admit that they have a problem. So they're never going to go in. Like, for example, I have now been seeing a shrink the last 9-10 weeks since the beginning of November, and I feel amazing. And Kanye could definitely use one. Totally could use one. The problem is, you have to admit that something is wrong within you to see a shrink. So for the longest time, I was like, oh, people are getting annoyed with me at work. It's never my fault. Or different examples with like an argument with my girlfriend, or maybe even my cat doesn't want to be around me. And then I go to a shrink and I find out that I'm moody after working for 12 hours and I bring that home. You know what I mean? When you see a shrink and you talk to somebody, it makes you expand your brain and realize you're not all that. The problem is Kanye West currently feels like he's all that. He feels like he's all that, and he doesn't realize that he needs help very soon and very badly.
The Post reads, Genius is a 3-part documentary which has been filmed over 2 decades of Ye's career, according to Variety. The outlet also reports that the film's directors Cootie Simmons and Chike Oza told them that they had final cut over the film.
Whatever. Okay, so I got a comment on IGTV. It's too hard to read the username because I'm doing 100 things, but he wanted to give me props about me talking about mental health and Kanye West. And I mean, it's something you got to talk about more besides like once a month. Because I feel like there'll be like a post or a hashtag and then everyone talks about mental health within putting up memes or saying they don't care or whatever. But I don't know if anybody ever really puts in the work for their mental health. I don't do it enough. I have this thing I do that I keep telling myself I'm going to quit doing. I bite the side of my lip when I'm nervous, and I'll wake up and my mouth will be sore. No, it's not because I went to Ybor City. My mouth will be sore because literally I keep biting on it, and it's just annoying. So your mental health is not always going to be good. But I love when men are like, I guess this could go with women, but this is definitely with macho men or whatever you identify as. So your macho personality. I don't need mental health. I don't need to get it fixed. I don't need to see a shrink. I'm better than that. They're just being paid to listen to me talk. Yeah. Either way, even if they're being paid to listen to you talk, you need to talk it out because you're crazy. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Hoppe, great show, man.
Thanks, bro. What's happening?
Oh, nothing. Up here in Minnesota, it was 26 below the other day. Holy smokes.
Why did I just say, what's that like? Because I grew up in that. I'm from Chicago, and my dad made me wait at the bus in a little nice neighborhood I grew up in. Heaven forbid I walked to the corner to wait in the bus. And for 12 years, I waited at the bus and it was negative 20 out. And I don't want to hate on Floridians, bro, that go, it's cold out. But you can think the weather here is cold, but appreciate it. Because, everyone's like, it's cold. I go, yeah, but it's not negative 20. Because, in Minneapolis or Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, bro, all those Midwest cities, dude, it gets crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Chicago obviously gets a lot windier, but it's hilarious when it got to 10 above the week prior after being 20 below, and it was like a heat wave, everyone tailgating in the car.
My favorite is when it's 5 or 10 out, and then it goes up to 49 or 50 and all the snow melts. And then it just feels like you need to go jogging with your shirt off. And to Floridians, that might not make sense, 50 degrees being warm. But dude, after negative weather, when the spring begins to kind of come around, oh my God, is it amazing. For sure, man. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, the reason I was calling What's happening?
You brought up Tom Likas, and I was a big fan of his back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but Drake just had this thing where he put hot sauce in his condom after having sex, and this girl tried to, impregnate herself and got a shot of hot sauce. That was from Tom Likas. So who knew Drake was a Tom Likas fan?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Drake, though, I'm always nervous. So I had this epiphany recently. I had this epiphany that good-looking people can be really bad people. And what I mean by that is like Antonio Brown doesn't seem like the best person. And then he banged that side chick girl who was licking toilets on OnlyFans or TikTok. And he banged her. And then he was surprised that she talked about their hookup. But it was like, bro, she's banging you at 4 a.m. and she's licked toilets. That's not somebody you want to surround yourself around. So what I'm saying is, I feel like that might be the problem with Drake is maybe you need to be around like, not wholesome women, but girls that are more down to earth. Because when you're hanging around clout chasers of any gender, you have to put hot sauce in a condom. And that doesn't sound healthy. Now, do you have any kids?
No.
I
took the Tom Likas route.
Yeah. Well, but before I let you go, I want to get your opinion on this. This is from BuzzFeed News. So on TikTok, they have different challenges and dances. And there was a mother who just gave birth, and she did a dance on TikTok in front of her newborn, which I thought was acceptable. Should you be more in the moment? Maybe. But that's her baby. She's the one that put in the work. And she got all these death threats on TikTok. And to me, man, that not only is creepy, but that shows the Karen part of this whole society that we live in. That we care what a mother does after doing the most beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is creepy.
Yeah. We don't need to fuel the fire of that type of behavior. I mean, come on. I feel bad for the life of that child.
Yeah, right. I know. I try to just be like woke enough where you don't like. Who knows? I mean, she could be a great mother. You know what I mean? Like, people 40, 50 years ago were laying in the mud going to different music fests. So, like, every generation has their thing. And people in the 80s thought that Kiss was a good band. So, I mean, everyone's got something. Thank you for the call, sir. 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. Now, I was really debating how much celebrity news I wanted to bring to this show. Because I got a lot of critiques when I did the after show. Some of them really mean. I didn't read them. My girlfriend gave me the whole, like, emphasis, synopsis is the word of it. And, yeah, I'm a real wordsmith. And I was looking at the comments, and some people are like, well, why don't you talk about celebrity news? I'm like, what do you want to talk about? Bitcoin? COVID? Oh, let's talk about the same Tom Brady scenario because we're going to manifest them crushing the Rams tomorrow. Because every time it's time for Matthew Stafford to do something, that dude chokes. Tomorrow he will have 3 interceptions. Book it right now. But what I'm saying is we often like wonder what's going on and we go, well, why not talk about celebrity news? And what I mean by that is they're easy to make fun of. A lot of their problems are the same problems that we go through, and they're crazy like us. So I'm going to sit here and defend my fascination with celebrity news.
Following Tristan Thompson's recent paternity news, a source tells ET his ex, Khloe Kardashian, is, quote, really hurt.
Yeah, when you go back to a guy who dumped you or who cheated on you 5 times and probably hooked up with every NBA side chick ever, yeah, I would be a little crushed too. It's called get him out of your life.
I'm going to figure it all out, I promise you.
After being named as the subject of a paternity lawsuit with Mara Lee Nichols, Tristan later revealed following a paternity test that he is the father of Mara Lee's son, who was born in December.
Hopefully, and I sincerely mean this, hopefully he gives that kid enough attention. Hopefully he gives the one that he had with Khloe enough attention and the one before Khloe. Because there is nothing worse on this planet. There is nothing worse than when a dude goes all the way with a girl and doesn't use certain precautions. Because, like, you can always wear a condom, but you can also, there's other methods that usually work. It's not foolproof, but if you're smart enough, you know what I'm saying? And every time he's having sex, he's not even doing anything. He's just going all 100% with the act. And to me, when dudes do that, and then their reasoning for going all the way with a girl and getting her pregnant is, oh, well, it feels good. It goes, the other options, it's not like the other options don't feel good. It's not as amazing as going to the top of the mountain, but the other ones, it's not like it's like being punched in the face. It feels just as good. It's just not that. So when a dude goes, oh, well, I don't want to not do it because it feels amazing. Well, would you rather deal with a kid for 18 years and then be a deadbeat dad? Because that's what always makes me mad, is when a deadbeat dad who doesn't care about his kid, and it's not the kid's fault that they were, able to manifest a deadbeat dad. I hate when they're not around for the kids because they go, oh, well, I didn't want to have it. Well, then you should have done the right precautions. But that's a life that you are ruining. And I'm sure there's people listening right now that are probably a little bit annoyed by this, but I'm just saying, there is nothing worse on this planet than a deadbeat parent. It makes me infuriated. And then what's even worse than a deadbeat parent that I've seen throughout the years is one that chooses, and this is not about my parents, but this is just what I've seen from people, is the one that's like half present, who maybe, this could go with either gender, either a mother or father, where they show up on Christmas and the birthday, hi, let's hang out, this is great, da-da-da, and you don't hear from them for 6 months. Like, I don't know, man, life is just so short. And I'm here to make an impact on this planet. I don't know what it is, but radio definitely seems to be working for me. And like, if your legacy is that of being an awful parent, I feel really bad for you because I'm here to have a good time. 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. Now, thank you to Don Miggs and to Lisa DiBartolo for letting me do Hoppe Hour on 102.5 The Bone. This show and Lisa Out Loud has been brought to you by Mead Market, which I will be at tonight with my girlfriend. 1606 West Snow Avenue, and that's in Tampa. 1606 West Snow Avenue, and that's in Tampa. 813-280-1113. That's 813-280-1113. And meadmarket.net. And hydeparkvillage.com. And like them on Facebook, Mead Market Tampa. All right. This is the end of Hoppe Hour. Filling in for Miggs and Swig. Thank you to Don Miggs and Lisa DiBartolo once again. And up next is the Mike O Radio Show with the king of promotions, the hardest working man in not just radio, but the whole universe, Mike Olivero. And Corey Cardinal. He is the Swiss Army knife of Cox Media Group, and Denise with her pieces at 3 p.m. and more. Don't touch that dial. The Mike O Radio Show begins at 2 p.m.
Hoppe Hour.